This morning on Daybreak, sections of one historic school scheduled for renovations will now be demolished and rebuilt.
And the power and danger of social media. How many of us are likely to follow a fad diet from a complete stranger?
Also, a local lawmaker wants to change how long elected officials can serve in certain chambers. We'll have the details on that and more coming up this hour for you on Daybreak.
Welcome back. It is a hump day. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. We have plenty to get to, of course, in our second hour as we are still waking up to some cold. But can I bring Elisa in real quick? Because we got white, teal, and we look like Easter this morning with purple, don't we?
We're trying to push spring along a little bit.
We look like spring. I think so. That's what we want, no?
Doesn't feel like it. It's a little wishful thinking out there, but
I got some hot tea that's also helping me get along.
Your cup is hot now.
I know. Some warm coffee, man, is what I need.
I don't know how you wait until 6 o'clock to do this. I am chugging at 2 a.m.
We fight through. We fight through every morning. But, you know, we're wishing for spring. We're not getting it.
No.
Still in the 20s to wake up this morning, which you said is the average, though.
That is average. We just haven't had starts this cold the last couple of days. We're at 27 degrees right now in Springfield. That is right at our average for a morning in February. Clear skies and some easterly winds at 11 miles per hour. You'll have lots of sunshine on your way to work and school this morning. As some of that colder air continues to fill in, we're finding temperatures 10 to 15 to 20 degrees colder than yesterday. West Plains at Mountain Home started out near 50 degrees yesterday. Now it's at 28 degrees there, 30 in Ava, and 27 degrees in Springfield. Winds are out of the north and east, which is a cool wind for us. It is enough to put some wind chills in the teens this morning. It feels like 17 in Springfield, 16 in Rolla, and 19 degrees in West Plains. So a little bit cold out there this morning. Gloves a good idea. Maybe a scarf and a hat out there too, especially on the kids. We'll have dry roads as we head through the day today. An increase in cloud cover, but no rain or snow expected this afternoon. We'll have temperatures still chilly and below average at 45 degrees by dismissal. Some light snow will be possible tonight. It turns even colder by tomorrow into Friday, and then we've got some weekend rain on its way. Details on all of that in 10 minutes.
We have some education coverage for you this hour. A change of plans on Springfield's public schools Proposition S is a big part of William Elementary School's scheduled renovation will now be demolished and totally rebuilt. School officials say renovating the old parts of the building would actually cost almost the same just as building new. Executive Director of Operations Travis Shaw says the initial plan was to add square footage to the building to make it a larger space. But once they hired architects and got construction management teams on board, they found it made more sense to go in and renovate a smaller portion. Safety is also a big reason why they are planning to build new.
The oldest part of the building sits 36 inches higher than everything else. And so if we were to keep that piece, for example, then we have stairs that we have to deal with. We have ramps that we have to deal with.
Another item on the school board's agenda, a lack of busing in Springfield. Only 30% of students take the bus to school, partly because the district only offers rides to high school students who live at least 3.5 miles away from school and middle and elementary school students who live 1.5 miles from their school. So to fix the problem, SPS hired a company to do a transportation study. Leaders are hopeful that the increase in busing access, that they could do it without increasing costs. One option is to stagger school start times, and Superintendent of Operations Carol Embry also weighs in this morning with a possible benefit to these proposed changes.
We have performed an attendance analysis, and we believe that there could be some gains in terms of attendance if we were to reduce those restrictions.
Embry says bus driver shortage is also a problem. That's nationwide, not just in Springfield.
And some more local news for you. The city of Springfield could be expanding. For the first time in nearly 20 years, big changes could be made to the city limits. There are a lot of factors to consider for this, though. Right now, the city is weighing pros and cons for both individual property owners and service workers who would be responsible for the new city areas. Mary Lily Smith is the Director for Planning and Development, and she says since the 90s, Springfield has taken a backseat to expanding its boundaries, allowing surrounding communities to grow. But now, Springfield leaders are ready to start making plans for the city as long as the city can handle it.
There would be just those considerations primarily on the public works, police, and fire side that we need to look at. Do we have adequate staffing? Are there Are we inheriting problems? You know, is it an area where maybe there are public improvements that are already needed that haven't been addressed? And so those are the considerations that we'll be looking at.
Smith says some major concerns for the individual property owners were things like higher sales and use taxes, no open burning, no fireworks, and no guarantee of treated roads or snow plowing during bad weather.
We have political news as you wake up. A local lawmaker is hoping to change how long lawmakers can serve in a certain chamber of the Missouri legislature. Under the current law, lawmakers can only serve 8 years in the House and 8 years in the Senate. This bill would make it so that lawmakers can serve more years in a particular chamber, but it would not change how many years a lawmaker can serve altogether in the General Assembly. For example, it would let a member serve 12 years in the House and 4 years in the Senate while still only serving 16 years total. Representative Steve Lynch from Pulaski County is sponsoring the bill and says it will help decrease the number of entry-level legislators and help them get more done.
Term limits as we have them now have created a lot of inexperience among the legislators. I'm not doing away with our system of term limits altogether. I'm just changing it some within it to make it work better, which will actually bring us a better government and more efficient government. It's not about making professional legislators. It is about better and more efficient government.
This bill still has to get through several committees as well as a vote on the House floor before it will be sent to the Senate. Then it could end up on your ballot in November.
New this morning, these days, social media influencers play a big role in marketing for a variety of brands, but sometimes this leads to promoting potentially unsafe trends like dry fasting.
That particularly involves giving up all foods and drink for an extended amount of time. Color 10's Nija McDonald sat down with experts and joins us this morning to share the appeal and the danger. Nija?
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. Did you know 40% of people say they have purchased a product online as a result of seeing it being used by an influencer on social media? Simply put, a social media influencer is someone who influences a large number of people. Missouri State professor Andrew Klein says two things are true.
People develop emotional relationships with characters that they see on TV, online, in social media.
And
the internet age has made it rather efficient to find things that we're looking for quickly.
Klein says this can make us susceptible to receiving bad information.
I think it requires us to be much better critical thinkers about the media we consume and about the social media we consume.
He says we are far more likely to buy into a product or idea than we might think.
That's why they're called an influencer. You feel emotionally connected, they are influencing you. So they start doing something, they buy something, promoting particular things. You are far more likely to be persuaded to do, say, be similar sorts of things.
Dietitian Donna Webb says social media influence also holds true for things like fad diets.
We are less likely to believe facts and more likely to believe what our tribe thinks. And so it's sort of this group think. So I think people need to be aware of that.
Webb says it's never a good idea to jump into something just because everyone else is doing it.
Depending on what medications people are on, depending on what other diagnosis that they have, they could be really dangerous.
She says to always seek out the advice of a medical professional first. However, half of millennials say they trust influencers on product recommendations. Well, both Klein and Webb encourage you to vet out recommendations from social media influencers before jumping on board.
Thank you, Nija. We've got temperatures colder out there this morning, especially to the south and east. It's 28 degrees in West Plains and 27 in Springfield. Details on a chilly day ahead and snow possible tonight coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.